Hello, you hardcores. We're joined by Liam in a second. How you doing, Liam? You all right, lad?
Yeah, not bad. You?
Yeah, I'm bollocks. I've been out on my fucking bike today. I've done a run, and you can do too much in the sun, can't you?
Oh yeah, it drains you.
Oh, Jesus, I'm drink. I've lost £6 today. I was on scales here, 11.2. Well, where's that come from? So I'm going to go on an all dayer in a minute. I've dealt with this for you, lad. All day session. That's what I need, mate.
Get out of beer gardening, son.
Yeah, beer gardening, son, into Sutton, and I'm gonna sit there. Do you know what I fancy today? Just Sammy Guel, beer garden, 6 or 7 Sammy Guels, and then a curry, and then an Uber home. What do you think, Liam?
Yeah, it sounds good. Six,
Sounds good.
seven, 6, 7 beers would do me. I'd end up in
Yeah,
A&E.
6 or 7 bottles of Sammy Guel, the big ones. Took a load of bollocks. No phone, no internet, no nothing. Nobody can send me screenshots then of two Bob putting 5 minute extracts together from interviews with the Porky Reject. Oh, you've got to laugh. You've got to laugh, mate. But it is what it is, isn't it? So, what can you do?
Not a lot. Not a lot, unfortunately. But like I said, 6, 7 pints of any kind of lager would put me in hospital, I think. I don't drink at all.
Yeah, I thought I'd just seen that Jamie earlier in an Austin Princess soaking to this baby massive jugs at bus stop. When I looked and I realised it wasn't him because the geezer had longer hair than him. But you never know, do you?
No.
Doing
Austin
a Fred
Princess.
West because he likes birds with ginormous jugs, doesn't he, Jamie?
I know, that's all he talked about when he was on your channel.
What, Phil?
Yeah.
Bit seedy one. I had a few complaints about that, so I had to drop him really. But it is what it is. He's gone on a Bosman free to Bob's, who's desperate. So for my cast-offs, but what can you do? But Bob's quite funny actually. Yeah. I think he's quite on point and respectful, isn't he? Really, you've got to give him his dues, haven't you? But then again, I can't have him on here because he's XO Billy to do me credibility in where I'm from. You know, with me being fucking from Edlow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't have that, mate. Once people ring me up and say, well, I'm ex law enforcement, I'm like, see you later, Bob.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. It's a shame because I did like Bob. He was
yeah,
probably
yeah.
one
He should have
of my
kept that
favourite
under his
favourites to
hat
listen
and
to.
not said no. He should have kept it under his hat and not said no. And that'll probably be his Achilles heel on social media now once they all get fed up of it. But
Yeah.
he's sending me these daft screenshots. I mean, some of them are absolute freakos who comment on there. There's one here, Lou Dover. I mean, he's been dead, hasn't he? 8.5 years, died age 95. Why would you get up in the morning and say, today I'm going to be Lou Dover, a dead man. I'm going to pretend to be him. It's nearly as bad as today I'm going to pretend to be Jim McDonnell from Cora.
Yeah, I know. People, I
Unbelievable.
don't know. I don't know what goes through their mind, some of these people.
Well, it is what it is, but like I said, Julian won't know what he's letting send info with that lot. But it is what it is. But Julian, Mr. Tactical Breakdowns, who used to go bad about people on my channel about that, then he used to hammer Ben Davison for that.
Yeah, I know. Quickly turned his views. It's a shame though, because I like Julian as well.
Yeah, well, he's gone back on his word. Oh, I'm done with YouTube. I don't like tactical breakdowns. And now he's tactical breakdown. Then lo and behold, he's training fighters. So he's got to do that, hasn't he? So bit embarrassing from him. But I did email him. He emailed me back. I sent him my phone number and it looks like his arsehole has fell out. Bit like Troll Day this morning. 3 of them waited for him this morning. 3 trolls. One of them, is it that cyborg boxing? Decided to click on at 10:33 and on Saturday from 10 o'clock. I give him about 20 minutes or so. And now he's abusing me in emails. This is social media for you, mate, but it's what we chose to do. So it is what it is, but he's probably had his chance now. So let me just crack up on this can.
Yeah, no problem.
But it's only Pepsi Max. It's just to get me in mood. Right. Somebody sent me some of this. Pete G. Hope you're doing well, Pete. He's got me WhatsApp number. He's a decent kid. Right, the text, it's something on YouTube somebody's put out, and I think it's a very, very good text. It's David Gold X is called, and it says Tyson Fury has masterfully conned boxing fans by holding up the division with his trilogy against Deontay Wilder, convincing everyone that they were the best two fighters in the heavyweight division. In reality, Wilder was never any good. Well, technically, he only got a win over Stavern, a former champion. He's got 2 wins over him, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Wilder was never any good, and Fury capitalized on this to build his own legend. Fury's skill lies more in his ability to manipulate the public perception, like the rest of his family, than in his prowess in the ring. He is without a doubt the most overrated boxer in the history of the sport. By elevating Wilder, a protected champion who crumbles whenever he fails real competition, Fury created an illusion of greatness that has duped the entire boxing world. Do you agree with that, Liam?
Yeah, I do. I do, unfortunately, because I've always liked Tyson Fury, but I've never looked at it from that
When you
point of view
scratch the
before.
surface, you mean? When you scratch the surface?
Yeah, when you look at it from different points of view, it does make sense, doesn't it?
But when you look at them, right, let's have a look at them, right? Right. So since 2019, in 6 years, Hughie got beat by Povetkin, didn't he, right? An old man. Right, then we've got Pavel Sauer, Marius Bach, Christian Aimer, Konstantin Dovichenko, Patrick Corte, Christian Thun, and that roadman killer Dan Garber. That's 7 in 6 years for Hughie, right?
Yeah.
So he's a big fighting man that don't fight. Then we've got Big John Fury, 8-4-1, 1 KO, which were Geezer did his ankle. Then we've got Peter Fury, Norton won against Dave John from Doncaster, but it says Dave Jules on him. His name is Dave John, actually. Jules is his boxing. You know Dave, don't you? He's a doorman in Doncaster. So that is it. And then we've got Tommy Fury, 11-0. I mean, you've seen State of Tommy's, haven't you, CB? Everybody we're losing records. So
Yeah.
where are we going with this? Are they all like pissing up his legs? But people keep throwing money at him, don't they? And falling for this charm. And then 2 weeks ago, Peter came out and said they had a massive offer for Hughie to fight, or they thought it was massive, but it wasn't good enough, and they're not. What were his exact words? We're lemons not to be squeezed, or something like that, or something. Well, if you're on about a big offer from UK, there's only 2 lots in the UK. There's DAZN, Bricktop, and Eddie, and the Sky, isn't there? Right now, the matchmakers for them, their people say they didn't make offers to them. So why don't they name who made the offer to Hughie to fight? Because we want to know. People said it was Dylan White. Dylan White's attorney, Jeffrey, says no, we didn't make him an offer. So where are we going with this? Is it just waffle for the sake of chatting waffle, just blagging?
I think so. I think he's trying to keep his name relevant in mix. But to me, if we were going to do anything, it'd have beat Pulev or Povetkin, and that'd have been his springboard. And since then, there's done nothing. I mean, I don't even fancy him against you likes at Adelaide or Wardley or anything like that. I think he'd get smoked then as well.
What, Wardley against Hughie?
Yeah, I think Wardley will light him up.
Well, look, Daniel Dubois, right? Hughie's never been down at ring as a professional, right?
No.
Daniel Dubois put him down in sparring in Bolton. Joe Joyster, but that's sparring, isn't it? So we can't take anything from that. Bacoli cut him bad. I think that was an elbow, though, but he's never been down in the ring, and Tyson's never been down in the ring with Peter in the corner, so you have to maybe give him credit for that. But sometimes you can be over defensive, can't you, as a coach?
Yep.
And for me, Hughie don't let his hands go.
But because he's defensively sound and he's good on his feet, as he's getting older and more inactive, he's going to have to stand and trade at some point. His legs aren't going to be able to carry him through 12 rounds. So I think any big name in Britain now is a big risk. And not only that, if he is still defensively cute, he's going to be a stinker and no one's going to want to watch him again. That's exactly what's happened throughout all his career, unfortunately.
Yeah,
If we were
yeah,
fighting on your back garden, you'd shut curtains, wouldn't you? Well, I would anyway.
yeah. Well, Ben Shalom were telling people on the quiet, but he weren't saying it to Hughie's team. He was telling people on quiet, we don't want Hughie. Horsecock was saying it as well. They didn't want him, but they weren't saying no to the team because they've all got it in their heads that Peter's a roadman. He's supposed to be a churchgoer and a Christian.
Yeah, I
So,
don't really
so
know.
well, what? So, what? Why don't they just talk straight? Why don't they just come out and say, "Look, we don't like Hughie's style. We're not having him on. If he wants to get it mixed, get on GMB, go to bottom of pile or Big Ron's on Fight Zone, and build up." I mean, what next? We're going to have Hughie against Matt.
Hey,
Hey,
don't write it off. It could happen.
Matt to 4-1. I mean, come on. In a move around to get him a few quid. It's just knackers for the sake of shotting. Knackers, isn't it? Really?
Thing is with Huey, he has got all the technical ability. I just wish he'd just put some flourish together or sit down on his punches just a little bit more, and then I think he could crack on with a TV deal or something like that. But he's just so. I know Turkey said that he's not going to pay for anybody Mickey Mouse anymore, Mickey Mouse boxing. I don't think Huey's that bad because he does slip and slide and try and fight in pocket a little bit, but he just doesn't sit down on any shots, does he?
Well, what it is, you got to understand, right, and what people are missing the boat. When Huey were, he's never really been red hot, but when he were coming through and he got the Parker fight, everybody was tipping him for great things. On his big occasion, he stunk out the arena. I thought he nicked it by a round, but he stunk it out. Now, TV don't want to see that. That Turkey don't want to see that. But the Parker fight were like donkeys years ago, wasn't it? Donkeys. And
Yeah.
how many years ago was that? 7, 8 years ago. Point I want to make is 7, 8 weeks a lot in boxing to lose it. Do you know what I mean? We're talking donkeys years ago. 7 tomato cans in 6 years, not keeping your tools active. So you can't be coming out on boxing news and saying we're coming for everybody. What is all that about? That was coming for a payday.
Well,
We're
who's he? Who can he box? Who can he box in UK at minute that's going to generate a lot of money and going to sell tickets? I can't really think of anybody.
Well, I think Rhino beats him if the fight now, Joe.
Uh, I do, but I can see it being an absolute stinker.
Yeah, 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 I can.
Uh,
Because
he
Rhino
boxed,
don't throw anything, does it? It'd just be like a move around, wouldn't it?
yeah. And to be fair, I can't see it selling any other than Dave's hardcore fans. Uh, I can't see it selling. I can't see that fight happening at all. They'd have to put Huey in with a big puncher to make it a bit exciting.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you,
Uh,
mate. I agree with you.
Huey, Huey boxed Joseph Parker in September 2017, so nearly
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Well, that September 17. So what we took 8 years ago, then, isn't it?
Yeah, 8 years ago in 2 months,
And he
in two
was
or three
when he
months. Yeah,
just turned 23.
yeah,
And since then, it's been all downhill, hasn't it?
yeah. I'm just looking at record now. He boxed Povetkin in 2019, so that's
Yeah,
6 years ago.
that's it. That's his last defeat, isn't it?
Yeah, and
So
since then,
how is he coming for everybody with 7 tomato cans in 6 years? Who's he come? Who's that? What statements are you going to make?
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's. I don't even know who could fight. I'm just looking now. Anybody in top 20? There's nobody who I'd want to see him in with, other than
Fraser
maybe.
Clark. We're talking Fraser Clark, aren't they, for you? That's the quiet whisper doing the round. Fraser Clark. But I think Fraser Clark could probably light him up.
Yeah, I do as well. I do. It probably needs somebody like Nick Webb, or if he's still going, something like that, or what's his name now? Go on, sorry, I can't remember his bloody name. Richard Rackport. That'd be a
Moses
decent.
Matome.
Oh, Moses would smash him to pieces. Not worth it.
Well, what
Richard
you've got to
Rackport.
look
That'd be a
at,
good fight.
yeah, what you've got to look at, right, is this. Right. Derek Chisora's got 13 losses, but he's tested himself against the best and he's in exciting fights. So TV are always going to have him on and he's engaging. You don't get a peak out, Huey, do you? right? In interviews and stuff like that, right? And his style's shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. So, but it's a knock-on effect. So they don't sell tickets, and they're not going to sell pay-per-views. So they're absolutely talking waffle for big offers coming in, or it's going to have to be an increased offer. Well, first of all, who was the matchmaker? Who wrong? What platform were it on? And who were the opponent? And how much did they offer you? Because everybody else talks the business, but when they say, "Oh, we keep it in house," it means it didn't happen.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I know. If I were Hughie, I'd either jack it in and do something else, or change train and move to America and get some wins over there.
would you?
Well, it's just stale, isn't it? Minute seven. What did you say? 7 fights in 6 years.
Yeah.
That's not an heavyweight contender in my opinion.
That's 7 tomato cans.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The only way I think he can break out again is if he is to face somebody like a Coley, Riakpo, uh, and if he gets a win, that'll boost him straight up. But I can't see him beating them.
What about Jerry with his porno tash versus Huey? Jerry would probably have a chance, wouldn't he?
It would do. They're both slipping and sliding. It'd probably be about 3 shots thrown in 12 rounds.
Hey, I'm going to ask you a question here, right? Who would you say goes to the opening of an envelope in boxing?
Um, Let me think.
Tony Bellew.
Tony Bellew and Chisora, I think.
When he goes to the opening of an envelope. Oh, Tommy Fury's coming back, he says. To win a British title.
Oh, can't be dealing with him. He's just done a podcast with Eddie Hall, an hour and a half podcast. I can't be dealing with him. It's just
Talking
all
about what?
poor me. Just his his last year, how bad he's been. He's a multimillionaire. He's had millions with limited boxing skill. Uh, all drink and drugs saga, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. Uh, okay, you want to go on to part two, kid?
Yeah, all right,
Well,
pal.
I'll see you on part two. Cheers, Liam.
Right, right.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Well, we'll see you on part two. Pop, pop, bang. I've got all your attention. All right. I know you a lot of listening as well. Oh, you fucking rejects. Oh my God. Pop, pop, bang.